We'll start with pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on our agenda is election of officers. I'll take a motion for some action on that from one of you fine gentlemen, if you have any ideas. Anybody want to be president?
I make a motion that we retain the officers that we have.
I second that.
All those in favor? Looks like we're in for again another year. All right. Just to freshen our memory, Sharon, I'm president, Alan is vice president, Tim is secretary, and Scott is treasurer.
Correct.
All right. The minutes from the joint meetings that we had a regular meeting and a joint meeting. Have you folks had a chance to look at these?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Minutes are approved. One of the things that just approved was the Sixth Amendment to the sublease, which I believe when you rewrote that, Marvin, you wrote it in such a fashion that we don't have to do that every 2 years. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So I'm assuming we'll have a copy to sign.
That's right here.
Okay, and then John will sign his
That's correct.
later, and then that will become an official document.
Once the redevelopment authority approves it, they're meeting next week.
Oh, next week.
Presumably Steve signs off on it. That's when it will be fully effective. It is effective as of
Steve is a new president.
I'm anticipating that he will.
So that means that John is stepping down, or?
No. Redevelopment authority. Redevelopment authority.
I'm looking at two different names here. One's a commission, one's the authority. Gotcha.
Right.
Scott, while you were not here, you were elected president.
Too late.
All right, from our perspective, looking at this sublease, what is called the Sixth Amendment, this identifies a number that we are going to pay back and how long we're going to pay it back. And that at least gives it a target to shoot for. Is there any discussion about this document?
Lou, I probably need to get with you regarding the payment to the $11 fee for out-of-county customers. So I'm not sure that Sandra knows exactly who's out-of-county and who's in-county. So I know we've talked.
The paper that you just had,
Yeah.
the document that I had, I believe is accurate.
Okay.
And that identifies what county everyone is in, and it identifies with with the exception of one property that is owned, brain dead, the folks that run Tooties now. That's got the rental. Yeah, Ed Strong, Sim Strong. They have one more account than I thought they did. So I need to figure out where that physical location is. That's the only one I'm not sure of. Every other one on there I'm very comfortable with. So, but that other one of theirs is inside Greene County, so it wouldn't affect this payment.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll work. We'll go from this list.
I'm hesitant to ask him what his physical address is for that one, but I'm going to have to, I guess. It almost looks to me like there's a third hookup at the old Tooties. I didn't realize they'd done that, but I don't know where their other property is. I know they got the one rental out there that is in...
Well, they've got the house that's beside the old barber shop is there.
Right, and they got the one out in Martin County, I'm sorry, in Davies County that's down the road from out where Alex lives. That's their rental. And they've got two hookups at Tooties. But they're paying for 5, and I don't know where the last one is. But I'm pretty comfortable it's in Greene County. Like I say, it could be at Tooties. They may have a third one there. The camper's back, I know that. I'll just have to bite the bullet and get a hold of them or assign somebody to do that. Figure out where that physical address is. Other than that, I think you're good on that. I mean, you can, so is that an action that you're taking?
Yeah.
Sandra's not taking that, you're just getting information from her, and she's only got account information, she doesn't have address information, physical addresses, so.
So we'll go by the list.
I think you can, I don't think there's any question about that. I've scoured that thing time and time again, so. I mean, there might be a change from time to time, and I'm absolutely positive there's a change in names, because the Westgate holdings out there, they change names about every year.
We'll probably need to get a list every month, Sandra bills from her, showing what account numbers she's billed, and see, make sure that there are no new ones that pop up, or...
We'll let you contact her about that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
I'll do that, and then I'll just let you know if there's any new accounts, to find out counties.
And as far as our payment goes, we'll continue to make that payment as long as we have the cash to do it, until we run out of cash, and then we'll have to deal with it again. Any other comment or questions about this document? Anything, Marvin, that we need to know about?
I think it's pretty straightforward.
I jumped out of line, didn't I? Oh well. Fire me. Matt, you can do your financial report if you would.
For the months of November and December, starting balance was $38,992.91, and you had collections from customers of $86,04.10. Expenses for the month of November totaled $47,22.23, and left you with a balance at the end of November of $42,874.78. Then receipts from customers in December was $11,382.49. Expenses of $9,869.98, left you with a balance at the end of the year of $44,387.29. The only, there wasn't a whole lot out of the ordinary. I don't believe in those couple of months as far as expenses were concerned. Looking at the year-to-date comparison from 2019 to 24, this was a big year as far as Greene family was in a couple of new grinders and the new pumps. So paid out a big chunk for those this year, and even with that, your ending cash balance is pretty good considering. But yeah, like we talked about, I think you can handle paying that increase fee to the redevelopment commission. You're in a position to do that. Yeah, also another thing, they're kind of looking at the year to date, the collections, the bill collections just continue to go up every year. That's a positive.
Great.
So that 2,000 something, whatever you think that redevelopment.
Yeah, that was, there were a couple of months where we had not made payments, so that was to catch up. That was basically three months at the kind of the old, we were paying them back at $704 a month.
Okay.
So, yeah, starting in January, we'll pay the $1,000 some odd rent plus the $11 for the out-of-county customers.
There's nothing else really outstanding of any,
No.
okay, to start the year?
Nothing,
Okay.
yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Yes, thank you guys.
Jeff, biennial? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, take a motion.
I'm sorry, I forgot. We need a motion to approve the financial report.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. It's approved. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, Jeff, you may proceed.
Well, fortunately, been pretty slow maintenance-wise. That's good news. Plant made it through the first shock of cold weather without any problems. I think the new covers we put on the bids and stuff keeps everything from freezing, and has for the last several years. One thing that you might see is Smithfield's been coming through. We've had an exorbitant amount of line locates and then recalls. I mean, they just swamp you. So,
You never know when they're coming.
two gentlemen that work mostly down there, they could care less about internet at this point. They just not have it. But I'm just kidding. The one important thing that concerns me and has concerned me, and I have been in communication with Wessler since they did this, and I'm glad Rick's here. I'd like to have his opinion on it as well, is the way we've set up the hook-on fees for the district. I'm very accustomed to hook-on fees are done per EDU, so, you know, a single house is one EDU, equal to, I can't say it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, equivalent dwelling units, what I was trying to say. So, they set it up to meter size, and it really, on a big building or big consumption, it's going to, it reduces the amount you're going to collect. And here in the situation of where the monies are, my personal opinion is I would have stuck with the equivalent dwelling unit calculation
Come in.
compared to the meter size.
Let me interrupt you for a minute.
Sure.
I see Marvin's disagreeing with that.
Respectfully, Jeff, we haven't changed the residential hook-on fees. The sizing only applies to industrial and commercial units under the industrial ordinance that was adopted in 2024.
Which is what I disagree with.
Okay. Okay, I wasn't hearing it that way, so I apologize.
It's not the single resident, because they're a single, they're one EDU. What we do in other communities is, so if you have a commercial or industrial user that wants to use 100,000 gallons a day in your treatment system, that's no different to us. It's no different than me building a 100-unit subdivision. You should pay for each EDU that you're using up. Well, if you use a calculation meter size, it reduces the cost by a lot. So where me and Marty Lesser got, we disagreed on was, I was like, well, if strong box is built a building like the top, their hookup fee is going to be reduced by quite a bit. So he and I disagreed. He told me about electrical divided. I think they are used to working in bigger cities. It's just, I just thought it was worth me bringing it up in this meeting, and just get my opinion. And I think probably what I should do is use strong boxes, even though they're not currently going to build something. I should take the name strong box, but use that development that we thought was coming and show you the difference of what it would be if you used what I thought was currently is in your ordinance before it really happens, because I think there's another smaller ordinance that's supposed to be. Any thoughts?
So you're saying that when we enacted some sort of a change to that than what you originally thought it was recently?
Yes, you had to, with them, with the prospect of them coming on, Westler came in and changed you needed some kind of industrial users added to your sewer use ordinance.
Right.
And so you have to read into it, and I'll bring all this back to you next month, as a handout, so you can look at it and understand what I'm talking about. But it dawned on me yesterday that, because I kept trying to get them to talk to me about it, and it's just we've never communicated about it. I don't, we both, I'm sure, got busy and just did not cross paths, and we got holidays and all that stuff. So, I just wanted to make you aware that I'm looking at it, and we'll prepare something for you next month to look at, so you can digest it. Because it's a significant amount of money, especially when you're paying industrial use.
Yeah, I just didn't realize we did that. I thought we had a pretty...
You adopted it months ago at a meeting.
I understand, but I thought when we did that we had a scale of how we were going to charge that, and I thought it was all covered within that.
It is, but it's by meter size. So they, instead of, you're not doing it, so if they're using 100,000 gallons, it severely reduces their hookup fee. And you just say, okay, they're using a 4-inch meter. I don't remember what the particulars are at the moment, but...
I guess I understand what you're saying, I just didn't realize we'd done that. That's...
Yeah, we've done that, but I thought that it would be of the same, about the same.
Equivalent?
Height, yeah.
It's not, and so I told him, I said, so we left that meeting, I said, that if you take 175,000 gallons and you divide it by 310, that's an equivalent dwelling unit per day. I don't remember what the number is, crazy number. Somebody got a calculator. 175 divided by 310 times 5,000, and Isn't that your industrial book home fee? Isn't that correct? $5,000?
So that's,
Yeah, it was a crazy number. I don't have the other numbers.
Okay, well, yes, I would certainly encourage you to bring that forward next meeting, and we can look that over.
Which I'm sure they would have used that. They'd have came to you and said, okay, we'll pay the 2.8 million, but we want to pay it into, they would come to you and say, we want to put that into building replacement. So, it's just a marketing change. Or it's not. I mean, I think, what's the other one? Enhanced, their little building. I don't even remember how they paid theirs. You might remember what their cost was. Because they've already paid it. But even they wanted 17,000 gallons, and if you divide that by 300, it's a significant amount of money. But it gets reduced if they're only meter sizes. I need to have the meter size chart, so you can look at both of them. So I'll have that next month.
Okay.
So you can compare and see which way you really want to go. And everywhere else I work, it's strictly.
Yeah, I guess we need to have that, bring that document back up and reread that document too. I'm scanning through my files here now, I can't put my finger
We'll
on
put
it.
that all in a packet.
Okay.
You have it all in a packet,
Excellent.
highlight it, so you can better understand it. I just want to bring it up today to let you know we were doing it.
I thought I remembered looking at that thing, and I was kind of mentally calculating how much there would be, and it looked like we were headed down the right road, but obviously I didn't read that the same way you did.
Yeah, and I talked to Rick Coffey about it. He's like, why would you change what you're running to? I mean, they're losing a lot of money they need moving forward. So, I mean, he was in agreement with me. And we're trying to get a conversation with Wessler, but I'm just not able to do so. I keep saying that I'm meet with him, that hasn't happened. I'll try to get that done as well between now and next meeting.
Thank you.
Have a much clearer picture of what I think we should be doing. And then obviously it's up to you guys, it's your supervisor. Other than that, that's all I got. Any questions?
How are we on spare parts, etc.? We just listened to Matt about the things that we purchased and whatnot. We're pretty well covered with 2 pumps at every station now.
We are now, and I think we even have an extra grinder pump, but hoping to that. Because, we went through and changed it.
Of the old style.
The old style.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to work our way through the old style and keep those until those pumps were all gone. But last time we talked about this, we jinxed ourselves. So, but right now the pumps we put in, we haven't got called out on those pumps to pull them and de-rag them at all. And that was the goal, and that's what I've seen everywhere else I've put them in. So that's why I say it's been quiet for a while, which is good.
Well, let's hope it stays that way. Thank you.
Okay.
Do we have any other issues to come before the board? Our next scheduled meeting would be in February, correct?
February 20th.
If there's no other business, I guess we'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. The meeting will be adjourned.